Right, in this little clip, I'm going to explain mean, median, and mode and how to find them. I'm going to have a look at an example of finding the average price of cappuccinos at 6 coffee shops. This is very similar to a question that appeared in the final matric exam of last year. The prices that I have made up are 22 Rand, 22 Rand, 23 Rand, 25 Rand, 27 Rand, and 35 Rand. Now, the first way to find an average is to find the mean. In the case of the mean, you total up all these values by adding them. So 22 plus 22 plus 23 plus 25 plus 27 plus 35. And then you divide by the number of values you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You divide by 6. You would find this to be 154 divided by 6, which equals 25 Rand and 67 cents if rounded to the closest cent. Now we're going to find another average, and that would be the median. To find the median, you would arrange the data in order, which I've done for you, and you'll take the middle value. Now, since there are 6 values, there are 2 in the middle. These 2 are in the middle, and we'd add them together and divide by 2. 23 plus 25 is 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. So that would be 23 plus 25 divided by 2, which is 48 divided by 2, which is 24 Rand. You'll notice the median is a little lower. The third way to find an average is a mode. A mode is the number or the value that occurs most often. In this case, it's 22 Rand, because it occurs twice and all the other values only once. Now, the big question is, which would be the best average to use? Because these are all regarded as types of averages. Another way to say that is measures of central tendency. And in certain situations, one would be better than the other. Now, in this particular situation, these prices are very closely clustered together, except for this. This price is quite a bit higher than the other prices at the coffee shops. And that is why the mean is a little bit high. If you look at it in relation to the median, it's 1 Rand 67 higher. So the higher that this outlier or extreme value is, the more the mean is going to be skewed. And this is going to have a greater effect if your data set is very small, and this is a very small data set. So although this is not substantially higher, it's having quite an effect because we have a very small data set here. In a situation like this, where there is a bit of an outlier and a very small data set, then the median is probably the most appropriate value to use as an idea of an average price of coffee. If we look at the mode is not good in this situation because the mode actually happens to be the lowest price. It certainly is not a good indication of the average price. A mode can be rather random. There are certain situations where a mode is a good thing to use. For example, in categorical data, there is no way to find a numerical average. You can't find a mean or a median with categorical data. You have to use the mode. Let's say if we looked at the most popular color of car and found that to be white in South Africa, that would be a modal value. We could not find a mean or a median in most popular color cars, and it's categorical data. But there are certain situations where we could use a mode, where it's very meaningful to use a mode. For example, if we were to look at the average salary in a large factory where you've got a lot of workers all earning the same salary, and then a few people earning more because they have greater responsibility. In that case, the mode, which would be the lowest salary of the workers, is actually a very good idea of the average salary in the factory, because very few people would earn higher than that. Right, I think I've covered everything, except to say maybe that sometimes there is not a mode. If every value occurs only once, then there is no mode, and you can say your data set is amodal or simply no mode. So normally, if there's one mode or two modes, we would give them. But if there are more than two modes, the mode becomes really meaningless, and you can just say that there is no mode.